chạy trong mãi trôi mong không hồi trôi lối chạy đi chạy trong mãi 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 lối trôi mong không lối lối.
Hey guys, we're in Thailand, and in this episode we're heading out of Bangkok to one of the craziest markets in the country, a market built directly on a live railway line, before making our way to a floating market on the water. First, you want to make your way to Ekkamai bus terminal. If you're on a budget, just jump on the BTS. The station is literally across the road. Otherwise, Grab works just as well. Now, arriving here is a little strange. The terminal is currently under renovation, so you have people shouting at you from random little desks. It feels like a scam, but it's not. They're actually just selling the bus tickets. Once you've got your ticket, the platforms are out the back and are clearly numbered. If you're not sure, just ask one of the drivers, they'll point you in the right direction. Now your ticket will actually show your platform number on it. And they'll also give you this random bit of cardboard with a number on it. That's basically your seat number, so the driver can tick you off. And about 10 to 15 minutes before departure, you'll be allowed on board. Seats are first come, first served. They're reasonably comfortable, but kind of like something your grandma would design. Depending on traffic, you'll arrive in about 1.5 hours. And the first thing you should do is to book your return bus back to Ekkamai straight away. These buses can fill up fast and you don't want to be stuck waiting around later. We headed straight towards the railway market just around the corner, but disaster struck. The train was already passing through. We'd missed it. Definitely check the train arrival and departure times for the day. They can be late, just not today. They have 8 different times the train will pass, and missing this one meant we had to wait till 2:30. We did get to see the market stalls opening back up though, ready to serve the next wave of tourists. The Maeklong Railway Market is one of the most unique markets in Thailand. Stretching just over 100 metres, it's a fully functioning fresh market built directly on a set of railway tracks. Vendors sell everything from fruit and fresh veggies to seafood and meats, and even souvenirs, all packed into this tight, narrow space. It's busy, loud and full of energy, and despite the crowds, it's still a working local market. Just watch your step, the ground's uneven and space is tight. With time to spare, it was definitely time to escape that Thai heat. We stopped at Café Amazon, the biggest coffee chain in Thailand, and they've got a surprisingly large menu of interesting drinks. We went with an iced cappuccino and an iced sparkling yuzu coffee. And being Thailand, there's definitely plenty of sugar, so both were really refreshing and tasty. Cooled off, it was time to hit the road again. You can head back towards the bus station and jump on a very Thai form of public transport, a Songthaew. It's basically a ute with the tray converted into a bus. It takes about 15 minutes from the railway station to reach the market. Amphawa Floating Market is a well-known riverside market that runs mainly on the weekends, starting in the afternoon and getting busier in the evenings. Boats are ready to take people on a tour, and even ones like this are set up with the old style kitchen on board to serve up some amazing dishes. This lady skillfully fired up her wok, tossing in some local seafood. Both sides of the river are crowded with street vendors selling food, boat rides, and in some areas they were even half underwater. After dark, this place gets even busier, with one of the highlights is jumping on a boat tour to see the fireflies, which light up the trees along the riverbanks. They're usually at their best from May to October. After wandering around, we stopped for lunch at this place, where the boat kitchen is actually inside the restaurant. A really cool way of keeping the old style alive. This place was full of retro decorations and random knickknacks everywhere. At the front, there was a boat kitchen stacked with pots, dishes and a huge noodle pot, cooking each order fresh as we watched. As the house specialty is noodles, I decided to go with a pork noodle broth. The noodle bowl came loaded with thick chunks of braised pork, Thai basil, bean sprouts, spring onion, and just a touch of chilli. The noodles were wide and thick with a jelly-like texture, which might feel a bit unusual for some. But they were very generous with the pork serving, and it was incredibly tender, melting in your mouth and pairing perfectly with those Thai basil flavours. After giving it a proper taste test, it was time to start seasoning those noodles. On the table was an impressive spread of different chilies, from chili oils to chili vinegar to an impressive spread of different types of dried chili flakes, each one looking more intense than the last. You could tell straight away these weren't just for decoration, they were all seriously spicy. At least the fish sauce wasn't. We also ordered the prawn fried rice, and straight away you could smell that smoky wok flavour. And as with most meals in Thailand, it came with a light soup on the side. This one was a clear chicken broth, perfect to sip between bites. Going back to that fried rice, that wok heat really came through, giving it heaps of flavour without overpowering the prawns. With lunch done, it was time to jump on a Songthaew back to Maeklong. The next train was approaching, but this time we were definitely ready. Watching the organised chaos unfold is wild. Stalls folding back in, umbrellas lifted, tables moved, and just as the train starts crawling through. Even though the trains move slowly, people have been hurt here before, so don't get too eager trying to snap that perfect selfie. The vendors here are pros at adjusting their setups, making sure that the trains can pass through without clipping anything along the way. Even so, when you look down the line, you can see that there's only millimeters spare on each side. And just like that, once the train had passed through, the market sprang straight back into action. Stalls reopening, umbrellas popping back out, and businesses carrying on like nothing had happened. It's absolute organised chaos, and a pretty wild thing to witness in person. The whole trip is actually a really easy day trip out of Bangkok, and if you want to keep things simple, there are plenty of bus tours that will get you here at the right time, unlike us. And that's all for this week. In our next episode, we're heading out of the city and into the wild at Khao Yai National Park, where we'll head deep into the jungle and experience some of Thailand's most incredible wildlife and natural beauty. If you've enjoyed this one, make sure you chuck us a like, subscribe to the channel, and we will see you again in the next one.